I mean, but look, the Broncos. Look, man, he's an upgrade. He's an upgrade right now from a youth and ability standpoint to Russell Wilson. In my mind, I'd rather bet on just. He doesn't have the resume of Russell Wilson. He doesn't have the reputation of Russell Wilson.
What's up with this?
I'd rather bet on. Oh, here we go. Russell. Okay, here we go. Here you go. You got to cape up. You got to cape up. No, let's talk about it. Russell Wilson is the most confusing, polarizing figure in the league because one minute everybody's shitting on Russell Wilson and making future jokes, but say one wrong thing about Russell Wilson and the culture seems to come for you. I don't understand. Like, are we all team Russell Wilson?
Are we in?
Or I don't know. I don't know. I call it like I see it. I mean, I like Russell Wilson. When he needs defending, I will defend him. But I'm not going to make him somebody that he's not. What do you mean by like? Define like. Define like.
Do you like him as their start? Okay, if he's your starting quarterback, do you think you can get to the playoffs if Russell Wilson is your starting quarterback? If you're the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson is your starter, can you get to the playoffs with him?
I think they've already answered that question. I think they're trying to do everything they can to get out from under that contract that he should have never gotten in the first place. For me, no. I don't want Russell Wilson as my quarterback. Personally.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they didn't do him dirty with the injury guarantee situation, which you talked about with Brandon Marshall, but that doesn't mean that I want Russell Wilson as my quarterback. I think two things can be true. I think Russell Wilson is very limited in what he brings to the table. I think he's very limited. Now, I'm not saying Justin Fields is here's the thing. Like, if there's a game to win today, I know a lot of people would prefer a Russell Wilson because you've seen him do it at the highest level for a longer period of time. I would bank on Justin Fields.
You would what?
No. I'm saying I understand picking Russell Wilson. I'm saying though, like whether it's a game to win today, whether it's for this season or whether it's building my team, I would rather gamble because it is a bet. It is a bet. I would rather gamble on Justin Fields' potential. Yes, I would personally. Like we're talking about the market of quarterbacks. If I'm Atlanta or if I'm Pittsburgh and I'm looking at the available veteran quarterbacks, I would rather Justin Fields' untapped potential than the fumes that Russell Wilson is running on at this point in his career. Yeah, that is true.
And I'm not saying
go win precisely 2 Super Bowls in the next 5 years somewhere else. Go be great somewhere else.
Okay, see, it's that type of derision.
That tone.
It's that type of. I see what you're doing. It's that type of sarcasm.
Hey man, a goal without a plan is a wish. I respect the man for having goals. I just would like to see the plan come together, which he's not in total control of that. I really hope he lands on his feet. And I'm not saying that sarcastically, facetiously. It's not backhanded. I want him to land on his feet. I really do.
I'm not saying Russell Wilson is a great quarterback anymore. I think he was a great quarterback. I think he was.
I think he was a great quarterback in Seattle, for Seattle. I think he was a great quarterback for Seattle.
Let me tell you what.
I don't think he is who he thought he was way back when he was sitting in the suite at the Super Bowl with Roger Goodell watching Tom Brady winning in Tampa, thinking that he deserved to have that kind of autonomy. He was never Tom Brady. He was never Aaron Rodgers. He was never one of those guys, but he wanted that kind of power, and that absolute power corrupted absolutely.
Well, it's funny.
Doesn't mean he's not serviceable, but he's not the great quarterback that he thinks he is in his mind. That's okay.
Let me tell you a story.
Might say the same thing about me. Tell me a story. Not your story, a story.
A story. Go. All right. God gave me a brother at birth. And then God gave me another brother when I was about 28, 29 years old. And that brother, my other brother, the one I got when I was 28 or 29, says this thing. And I wonder if it sounds familiar. You may not agree with this quote he says, this thing he says, and it's on record. It's been on the air.
It's on record.
This brother of mine says they're all system quarterbats. That's what he says.
I did say that.
They're all system quarterbacks. So don't you dare turn around and be like, hey, he's not who he thought he was. Wait a minute, they all system quarterbacks, bro. That's what you said.
I did say that.
And so
I did say
he was a system quarterback in
To
Seattle,
an extent,
the right system.
You left
right
off the
system.
you left off the qualifier to an extent. To an extent.
Okay.
They're not all
right.
they're not all the same. They're all system quarterbacks, but they're not all the same. Patrick Mahomes is not the same kind of system quarterback that Russell Wilson is. Okay? Like some of them are the system, but still my point in saying they're all system quarterbacks is that they all need support. They all need support. Some more than others. Russell Wilson needed the cocoon that was Seattle more than he thought he did.
They all need support. They all need support. So I'm not saying Russell Wilson is a great quarterback anymore or he's not a great quarterback within the system that he's in. Part of that could be diminished skills, and part of it could be the system around him is eroded or the system is not transparent. And so if you I understand Russ. You know why I understand Russ? Because I view him, and this will open it up.
You can hear Jimmy. You can hear Jimmy.
I can hear him. I can understand him. I view Russ through the prism of professionalism. That's his standard. He is now. You may think he's disingenuous, too corporate, whatever it is. He is the professional. The professional. He thinks it's good professionalism to say "Go Hawks" when he was with Seattle, team spirit. He thinks it's good professionalism to say "Let's ride." It's all about the team. He thinks he's being professional when he says, "Hey, I committed to Denver, and that's why I'm going to stay in Denver." He thinks he's being professional when he says, "I want to win 2 championships because that's what I'm supposed to do." He would not unfollow the Denver Broncos. He is not going to do that kind of stuff. It's like Russell Wilson is, whether he's delusional or not, he thinks, I'm here, I got my money, so I'm going to make it work right here with the Broncos. Is he crazy? Maybe. Maybe a little bit. But I think Sean Payton needs to take some accountability on this too. Russell could be better. Sean Payton could be a lot better. What they did with him is a joke.
I never. Well, you talking about the injury or you talking about the way he was used? Talking about the injury guarantee or the way he was used, or both?
Hey, change your contract. That whole change your contract thing. No. Hey, don't talk about money with me here. I got an agent for that. Don't approach me during the season talking about some financial stuff that has nothing to do with our next game. So the Broncos handled that very poorly. Russell, I know he's always got a camera crew is always right there. He could be talking to you and all of a sudden snap his fingers and, there's a set designer right there trying to make the situation right. I mean, I know that kind of stuff rubs people the wrong way. I think he's got a lot of good football left in him. He's only 33.
So
a lot of good football left in Russell Wilson.
I think you think that because of the job that Sean Payton, Joe Lombardi, and Davis Webb did with Russell Wilson this year. Russell Wilson had a bounce-back year playing for these Denver Broncos. And as Russell Wilson knows more than anybody, because he plays in protection of his statistics, he had impressive statistics, even if he didn't always play winning football. And there's a difference. He had impressive statistics,
Agreed.
even if he didn't always play winning football. Okay?
Yeah.
Having said that, though, I did find myself scratching my head sometimes at how they utilized him. It felt like Sean Payton was trying to have Russell Wilson do Drew Brees things in Sean Payton's system rather than always playing to Russell Wilson's strengths, which he does have some. But that was just my layman's naked eye, what do I know? But that's just what I felt like I was seeing whenever I watched the Denver Broncos on offense. No, for me, it's not personal. For some people, it is personal. Is Russell Wilson an image that he carries? Is it my cup of tea? No, it's not. He's not my cup of tea, but I'm not rooting against my guy. Yeah.
Mike, what you said about Doc Rivers applies to Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson is the Doc Rivers of the NFL. Can't win for losing.
It's almost like this Doc Rivers, not the Doc Rivers we used to have. The Doc Rivers before
Remember when Doc introduced us to Ubuntu? Remember, like, Doc was the guy.
Yeah, that guy. Ubuntu Doc.
Man.
Hey, Doc around 2000, when Doc left Boston and went to the Clippers, Donald Sterling's Clippers, and
Right.
after Donald Sterling was out, remember Doc was like the face of he kept it together and
Right.
he kept these guys.
Right.
Dude, Doc's approval rating.
Lawrence
right
Fishburne is playing Doc. Lawrence when you get Lawrence Fishburne playing you, like, come on, man. You know.
2013, 2014 Doc, well, approval ratings were high. Okay,
Right.
he had
Right.
Jamie Foxx imitating him, doing the voice and the whole thing. So don't blame Blake. Don't blame Blake. That's like, doing that whole thing. Russell Wilson is the current Doc, where no matter what he says, no matter what he does, he really can't win. And so I think it is personal for people that it's not even football. You're not in this category, but some people just like Russ. That name just is a conversation starter. It's a debate. Hey, let's start the debate with this,
it's a cultural
panelists.
touchstone. I
Russell
think how
Wilson.
you feel about. I think how you feel about Russell Wilson for some, and why you feel how you feel about Russell Wilson, for some people says a lot about those people. He's there's plenty of think pieces to be written about the Russell Wilson conversation. I know my man doing something right. You know, he doing something right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Stay
like
out of
I don't know how I don't
Yeah,
know
I know
how
where you're
much.
going.
I don't know.
Stay out of
No, I'm
trouble.
saying I don't know how much. No, but if we want to be honest about it, I mean, yes, the last 2 years have been tough, but in life, I don't know how much losing Russell Wilson has done. So if I say can't win for losing in the game of life, I don't know that Russell Wilson has done much losing. So I hope he bounces back. I really do. But we were talking about Justin Fields. I'm not sure how we got to Russell. Oh, we're talking about Denver. Yeah, no, if Justin Fields ended up in.
You'd rather if with a game to win, you would put the ball in the hands of Justin Fields.
I would say if there was one game to win right now, I think a lot of people would still take Russell Wilson based on his body of work, based on what he's accomplished. I'm saying
can I start
that's not a
revising
slam
this
dunk for me. And if for a season or moving forward, I want to bank on the potential of Justin Fields personally about any of those teams. I'm also assuming that Sean Payton would use Justin Fields to his skill set if he ended up in Denver. I'm assuming
that's where I would say this question that we ask, hey, if you have a game to win, all right, who would you go with, especially in football? Now, in today's football, I want to know what's available to me. Can I change? Can I pick my head coach for this one game? Or do I have to go with the existing head coach?
What situation? Right.
Can I pick my offensive coordinator for this game?
You know why?
I know the existing.
You know why you want to pick that? You know why you want to pick that? You know why you want all those? You want all those answers? Because they're all system quarterbacks.
They're all system.
They're all system quarterbacks.
To a degree.
To an extent.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.